In this World of Warcraft video, I'll be showing you how to play a fire mage in 5 minutes or less. We'll be going over things like talents, rotation, stats, and of course the consumables that you'll need in order to play a fire mage at a high level. Whether you're new to the class or a seasoned veteran just looking for a refresher, this video will be perfect for you. Like always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content like this in the future. When it comes to the stats of the fire mage, here's what you guys are going to want to go after. Haste, versatility, critical strike, and then mastery. Just keep in mind that this is just a generic stat weight. Never blindly follow this. What you guys want to do is always sim yourself. Simming your character is always going to be the way to figure out if an item is an upgrade for you or not. And if you don't know how to sim yourself, I will have a link in the video's description on how to do that. And on to the talents. So this is the build that we're going to be using for raiding. This is a single target focused build that is all about Sun King's Blessing. One thing to keep in mind with this build is that while we are picking up Living Bomb, we're mainly just picking it up to get down to Firefall. You actually do not want to use Living Bomb in single target situations ever, so make sure that you don't use it. On the class side, we're making sure that we're picking up the Ice Cold talents so that we can still move while we Ice Block, and then also making sure that we're picking up Mass Barrier, which is a new talent that was introduced in the rework because it's just a really awesome talent and it's really helpful to shield your friends. And as I mentioned, this is a Sun King's Blessing focused build, so on the fire side, we're going straight down the middle, and we're picking up Sun King's Blessing. And then this is the build we're going to be using for Mythic Plus. It's pretty similar to the raiding build, however there are some differences. The biggest one here is that on the fire side, instead of picking up Fire Starter, we're actually going to be going over to the right and picking up Flame Patch, because again, this is a Flame Strike focused build, because our Mastery Ignite is fairly weak. One last thing about the talents for Mythic Plus, on Tyranical weeks, you will want to swap over and pick up Firefall for the single target boost, but either way, I'll have a code for each of the talent builds in the description for the video. Alright, so let's talk about the opener. Before the pull starts, you're going to make sure that you have Mirror Image active, and then 4 seconds before the pull starts, you're going to hard cast Pyroblast, and then double pop Lust, and then Phoenix Flames, and then you're going to go back and forth between Fire Blast and instant cast Pyroblasts, and then use Shifting Power when you run out of Fire Blast charges, and then we're going back to the Fire Blast Pyroblast spam until you get the Sun King's Blessing buff. Once that buff is active, you're going to hard cast Pyroblast, and then before the Pyroblast cast is over, you're going to make sure that you're going to pop Combustion right before it goes off, and now you're alternating between using Fire Blast and Phoenix Flames to get those instant cast Pyroblasts. And then again, once the Sun King's Blessing is up again, hard cast Pyroblast, and you're just going to keep doing this over and over again. So once you actually get out of the opener and you do not have Combustion up, this is what your priority is going to look like. You're going to cast Shifting Power if Combustion is not coming off cooldown and you don't have any Fire Blast charges. You're going to cast Phoenix Flames for the debuff. You're going to hardcast Pyroblasts with Sun King's Blessing. You'll use Phoenix Flames and Fire Blasts so that you don't cap out on the charges. You'll instant cast Pyroblasts. You'll use Fire Blasts with those heating up procs. You'll Scorch if the target's below 30% health. And then, if all else, use Fireball. And so when it comes to the AoE rotation for Fire Mage, it's actually pretty simple. The only difference here is that we're pretty much doing everything we did before with the opener for single target. Instead of doing Power Blast, we're just replacing it with Flame Strike. So you're going to be using your Hot Streaks to dump it in to get those instant cast Flame Strikes instead of Power Blast. And here's a list of all the consumables, gems, and enchants that you guys should be using as a Fire Mage. Remember that the higher quality ones are going to be super expensive, so go with the lower ranked ones if they're a lot cheaper. Just keep in mind that if you guys have like a really high item level piece of gear like 447, you may want to spend the extra gold on those higher ranked enchants. And that's where we'll wrap up this video. Hopefully this one has inspired you guys to try picking up a Fire Mage because they're super fun to play. Again, this video is just a starting off point in your journey into mastering fire. We never have enough time to cover all the intricacies of playing this spec, but we do try our best to give you guys enough information to do really good and pull those big numbers with fire. And before you go, let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling as far as fire goes. I know we just had that kind of partial rework. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments on how you're enjoying it. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.